Welcome to the third annual Are We Recording award ceremony. Hold for applause. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am your host, 007 Gage Sutton, alongside my dapper co-host, Mr.
Ethan Hamilton.
Ethan
The
Hamilton, the young
Yeah.
Rottweiler. He's him. And we're here presenting some more AWR end of year awards. It's a beautiful time of year, man. This is the ceremony that we wait for all year. As you could see, we are suited and booted up for this, ready to give these awards out, man. How are you feeling?
I feel, some might say, very dapper. I feel refreshed. It's come to our favorite time of the year where we get to look back at some of our favorite moments and have some of our favorite people come in and present some of our awards that we have to give out. So for any of our new viewers, we do this every year at the end of the year where we give out some awards like hot take or cold take of the year that each one of us have, or the public, and we'll reflect on it, be like, oh damn, that was crazy, or we'll be like, oh no, I'm still standing 10 toes on it, for example. So that's what we're going to do this episode. We appreciate you guys for watching. Before you continue watching, stop. We want you to subscribe, like, and comment on this video so we can share it out as much as possible and make sure that we keep growing the family, man. Keep growing the group chat. So without further ado, Mr. Gage Sutton, let's go on with our first award.
Hey, let's do this, man. Hopefully there are many more ceremonies to come. And here we are with our first award, and that is Hot Take of the Year. We're getting this started. I think, I should let you do the honors. Open it up. Who was your recipient for Hot Take of the Year?
Hot Take of the Year. It was, drumroll please, me. I called this Drake and Kendrick beef early in the year. When we got announced that we were getting a Future and Metro double album, earlier listeners can go check. They can go back to the very first episode of the season, first 2 episodes, where I said, I have a feeling that Future and Metro might have problems with Drake, and it might get addressed on this project. Because the watchers, the listeners already know my Drake and Kendrick theory has spanned back years. So I ain't even got to pat myself too hard on the back for that one. But Future's involvement, I called it, and I called it early. So me, myself, and I am the recipient of the Hot Take of the Year.
You know, a little conceited, I think, giving yourself the award. But hey, you know what? It's our show, right? So
Exactly. Hey, who the fuck gonna give me my award but me?
And honestly, I have to give you credit too. You did call it, man. You were literally like Nostradamus, bro. Everything that we were talking about, you were like, man, Kendrick's about to drop an album. He dropped the album literally right after we had finished recording. So yeah, props to you. You were very on top of your hip hop foresight, and I love it, man. I think that's a very good way to start this.
Well, Mr. Sutton, I feel like you might have actually went with a different person and not yourself, because you are much more humble than me. Oh, you went with yourself too?
I didn't.
Okay, I was going to say, I was like, you're much more humble than me. So who is your recipient for the AWR Hot Take of the Year?
Man, I thought about this a lot, and I was like, is there a take that got so much hate by a lot of people? And I remember us talking about one in particular throughout the year, and that was flag football player Daryl Doucette saying that he is better than Patrick Mahomes. I don't know if you remember this, but everyone was coming at this man and saying, what is he thinking? But guys, the tape backs it up. That guy can ball.
That brother's nice.
He's nice. He might be better than Patrick Mahomes.
When he said take the pads off, I'm just nice as him. I thought he was just joshing around. That brother's nice. That brother's stupid nice.
He's hitting NFL street moves in flag football. And I mean, yeah, just go watch the highlight tape. I think the highlights will speak for themselves. Daryl Doucette, man, that is a hot take. But I think he's the recipient of this because he backed it. He can back it up, man. And I think once these flag football comes into the Olympics next time around, we might be seeing Daryl Doucette as the starting
we might be
quarterback
seeing
for the
our gold
United
medalist
States.
QB. That's a very good choice. That's a very good choice. Well, moving on to our next award, we have two special presenters. Going to, you guessed it, not one, not three, but two. We got two presenters. First, Dylan Sutton, and then Travis LaFall.
On September 29th of this year, my brother Gage Sutton said that Jared Goff is the problem with the Detroit Lions. Since then, he has had a 29-6 touchdown to interception ratio, with 5 of those coming in one horrible game that they won anyway, because they are on a 10-1 streak right now at the number 1 seed in the NFC, and Jared Goff is currently number 4 in MVP odds. I wouldn't call that being a problem.
One of the biggest cold takes is when everybody and their mama on national TV telling me that Brock Purdy was just GOAT. He was greatness incarnate. He wasn't a game manager. They cussing out Cam Newton, telling him he don't know ball. But all of a sudden, all of them people that supported him are no longer there. They vanished up in smoke. We still have them recordings. Just don't you forget.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, Gage. They kind of smoked it. They took it a different angle, right? They took it with the sports angle, specifically attacking me and you on our Jared Goff agenda. And Dill, I got one thing to say to you. We'll see you in January because we standing on that Jared Goff shit. Jared Goff is good. He just ain't good enough. He just ain't good enough.
Yep.
And we gonna see though.
That was the key part Dylan missed. Is in the key moments is when I said Jared Goff becomes a pumpkin in the key moments, in the games where you really need him. January's coming, and it's coming fast, guys. Not only are the Lions much more banged up on defense than they were to start the year, but, I mean, the injuries are just starting to pile up on offense, too. David Montgomery's out for the year. So, Dylan, I think you're a little early, and you still might be wrong. So I can't give you any credit for that. Travis, on the other hand, talking about Brock Purdy, I think I might give it to Travis, man. I like Travis's his cold take, man. I really do.
He was right. He was right. We was not we because I went on the similar side with him. People gas Brock Purdy, and now that we're seeing him without these All-Pro weapons consistently, he's very pedestrian, and it's going to be hard for the 49ers to pay Brock Purdy. So, as of right now, it's aging pretty well. Who knows? They might end up paying Brock Purdy. I don't think the Niners going to end up paying Brock Purdy. So, shout out to Dylan for his Jared Goff take. Even though I don't know if it's cold. I don't know if you're going to give him the credit for that one fully. But
he's playing really well right now. But, I mean, the Lions are also a very good team. So it's the same thing we saw with the Rams. And nothing's really changed for me. But
not too much. But Travis, on the other hand, round of applause for you.
Shout out, Travis.
You were right. You were standing 10 toes. The media was wrong about Brock Purdy. Next up is going to be some of our custom awards, custom to our hearts, custom to the AWR culture. And so, as you know, we like to celebrate freaks. I want to celebrate freaks and acknowledge them. In this case, I don't know if we're celebrating this, but we want to announce our AWR Day of Freaky Ass Naysayer Award. And who else but the freaky ass naysayer himself, Mr. Furnace Anderson Jr., presenting his nominee.
My vote for the freakiest naysayer of 2024 is Diddy.
And yeah, Gage, that I feel like that's
he's not wrong.
He not one bit. Like
he's not wrong.
Like he ain't wrong. Diddy really is the freaky ass naysayer of the year. And I don't want to joke too much about the allegation, but we're gonna keep joking about just the diddler and the whole baby oil type stuff. It's hilarious. It's objectively hilarious.
You can't buy baby oil in bulk, according to Costco. And
bro, Costco had to come out with a statement saying,
literally,
we don't sell that much baby oil. That's how crazy of a year it was for just freaks in general. Because Diddy really ruined, freaks got to go back into hiding now because he abused it. He
Dude, you
abused
can't
it.
even have a party nowadays without someone saying, "Is it gonna be a Diddy party?" Come on, man. It's just,
Yeah.
it's a bad time, and we can thank Diddy for that. I think. Oh,
So
I actually
Gage, yeah. I don't. I wouldn't want to.
allegedly, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to celebrate that one,
Yeah.
but I do want to ask you, who is your freaky ass naysayer of the year?
It's hard to argue with Fern. Man,
May I suggest an alternative? Maybe my nominee.
yeah, go for it. Go for it, E.
I want to give a special shout out to Lily Phillips. And if you don't know who Lily Phillips is, she is an adult star that slept with 100 men at one time.
Oh,
that's a freaky ass naysayer right there. That's a freaky ass naysayer right there. 100 people is enough. It's more than enough. 50 is more than enough. I couldn't see myself being in the same room with 2 or 3 guys naked. That be sorry, but shout out Lily Phillips. Lily Phillips, you are AWR's freaky ass naysayer of the year. Round of applause for her.
Hey.
Let's shoot for 1,000 next year.
I think that's what I saw next. Is like 1,000 in a month is what she was going for.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. She might need to be put down for real. 1,000 is outrageous. It is outrageous.
It is really, really crazy. And I mean, we don't want to shame people who are in the sex work industry either.
No.
But this
we don't kick shame here on AWR.
No.
So that's why we supporting it. Hey, if you need 2 members of that 1,000, you know where you can find it right here. No, cool. All right, bet that.
Maybe one.
When he said that was the G.I. Jane joke. Yeah, no, I got you. But shout out Lily Phillips. I feel like that's more of a shout out than Diddy. Shout out Lily Phillips for being AWR's freaky ass naysayer of the year.
And thank you to Fern for submitting the nomination.
Absolutely.
We appreciate him. Hey.
Shout out Fern.
Hey, well, E, I got a fun one here too. We got our white boy of the year, and presenting this award is our local correspondent white boy for our recording, Nolan Phillips.
We have our local white and Nolan Phillips here to present this award.
So Nolan, take it away, man.
Hello, and welcome to the Are We Recording segment for the white boys. My name is Nolan Phillips, and I'm white, and I feel like I can talk about this. So let's give our white boy of the year. First off, I have some honorable mentions. Can't go without 2024 without giving these guys a nod. I have one half of Patrick Mahomes. He won a Super Bowl in 2023, won in 2024, and he's already made the playoffs in 2020, going into 2025. So I feel like he's deserving of a nod. The next one's going to take some explaining. What I hope that Victor Wembanyama's 23andMe looked like. He's French. I mean, Rudy Gobert, he's kind of white. I was just hoping that Victor Wembanyama had a little bit more French in him. Let's head into our top 3. Number 3, whoever gets to date Sydney Sweeney. She had a great year, and possibly white girl of the year. So if you're dating her, I feel like you at least get the bronze medal here. I think she's engaged, but who knows how long that's going to last, right? Number 2, Ryan Reynolds. Had one of the biggest movies of the summer. He's coming out with a couple more movies. And I mean, dude, is it really a year if he's not at least in the honorable mentions? He's a great Canadian. Finally, before we get to number 1, we had a great year. A little bit quiet, but some years, that's good. Let's head into number 1. Number 1, Shane Gillis. I think it goes without saying. One of the most successful white guys. One of the funniest white guys. TV show, Netflix special, killing it. Not a bad word out. A little bit nervous about that, but we'll see in the coming years. But Shane Gillis reigns supreme as your 2024 White Boy of the Year.
Hey, Gage, I wish we could hire Nolan full time because of how great and how thorough he was in breaking down his nominee. He gave honorable mentions. He gave a top 3. And honestly, I feel him. Shane Gillis had a great year. I was a little afraid when we was getting to the end. I said, please don't say Joe Rogan. Please don't say Joe Rogan. I ain't want it to be true. But Shane Gillis is one that I can stand on, and I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it one bit.
Yeah, I'm not mad at Shane Gillis. He had a great year, and for me, he's one of the better up and coming stand up comedy acts. So excited to see him start getting more love. And I want to hear your nominations before we officially award, because I like Shane Gillis, but I feel like there might be someone else that we might be forgetting about. We could just bring them up.
We do. But to give a refresher on previous year's winners, I know 2 years ago we had Jack Harlow winning. Last year we had Travis Kelce. And this year, my nominee, adrenaline in my soul, gotta be Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes finished the story. He's officially taken the mantle of the face of WWE. And to me, I think he's a great candidate for AWR White Boy of the Year.
I like it, man. Well, I'm going to give you my nomination because you know how much I love wrestling, and the Cody Rhodes story being finished. I think that's a great nomination. Mine are for a white boy, or a breed of white boy that was extinct for a while. And I'm talking about white cornerbacks. It's been the year of white cornerbacks. We have Riley Moss for the Denver Broncos. And we've also got Cooper DeJean doing his thing for the Eagles. 2 white shutdown corners. Can please someone tell me, when was the last time? When was the last time we saw this? I gotta give it to them, man. Like, in terms of the nomination, this is all I thought about is we have 2 white corners. This is a
No, you added shutdown. I feel like you gassed it a little bit too, but this your award. This your people. I ain't gonna say back.
Cooper DeJean has been balling for the Eagles, and I think Riley Moss is a very underappreciated as a player too, because they got cooked the week he was out by Jerry Jeudy. And I'm not saying that Riley Moss would have covered Jeudy any better, but hey.
It doesn't have to do with the fact that maybe they didn't put Pat Surtain, maybe the best cornerback in football, on him. But I hear you.
Well, so shout out.
Yeah. Shout out Cooper DeJean and Cody Rhodes, as well as Shane Gillis, for being our White Boys of the Year.
Hey.
Shout out to y'all.
Hey, shout out to Tim from Tim and Moby too. I think he was an honorable mention for me.
That ain't bad at all. That ain't bad. So next up, we're gonna take a different turn towards music as this platform. Music being a big pillar of this platform, and we're gonna have we're gonna have 2 of my little brothers presenting music awards, but we'll start with my littlest of little brothers. Ian, take it away.
Breaking news. This is Ian from AWR. I want to let you know my favorite album of the year was Lucky Day Algorithm. From top to bottom, clears anything that was released this year. I can't name a better project. The only one that rivals it is maybe Leon Thomas Mutt, but anything else, get the fuck out of here. Y'all have a great day.
Hey Gage, that was an underrated pick. Ian presenting Algorithm by Lucky Day. That's an underrated album, and I'm glad he's showing light on it.
Yeah, I was a little late to the Algorithm hype, but I've been listening to it a lot lately. Lucky Day was cooking, and yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. He said his other one was Mutt by Leon Thomas too. I think that I haven't listened to it as much. Like I said, this one's kind of one that I was late to too. I think you put me onto it, and
Mutt is great.
Yeah, I think it's a great album. Yeah, I have nothing else to say. Great job, Ian.
Shout out Ian. Algorithm is a very underrated project. I was a little worried at first when I first heard the project on first listen, because I'm not used to Lucky Day sounding like that on more of like a artsy rock and roll kind of Steve Lacy. I'm not used to Lucky Day being in his alternative bag. So when I heard it, I was like, I had to take a minute to get used to, but I liked it. I liked it a lot, and it definitely grew on me as the year went. So I ain't mad at his pick. Oh my goodness, I almost popped my tie.
Not your tie, bro.
Yeah, my clip-on bow tie. Because I don't know why the fuck y'all would think I have a real fucking bow tie. Y'all must be fucking crazy if y'all think
wardrobe malfunction at an award show. You can check that off your list.
Yeah, bad. But Gage, what is your album of the year?
Ooh, this is tough because we talk about it a lot on the pod this year of just everyone dropped. Everyone released an album this year, and there's so many good options. You could go with Kendrick Lamar. You could go with Tyler, the Creator. You could go with Doechii. There are so many people who had great albums this year. But for me, the one that I continue to revisit, and I just feel like he was in his bag. I don't know if he's won an award for me before. I'm going with Denzel Curry, King of the Mischievous South. I have really, really been listening to that album. I think it's good for the gym. It's good for car rides too, to bump in the whip, man. I think Denzel was cooking with this one.
That's a very good pick. That's an album that it's not one of my favorites, but it definitely has some joints on there. So, hey, shout out to your pick. I want to go a little out there because I love GNX. I love Chromacopia. I love the double album that is We Don't Trust You and We Still Don't Trust You. Started the summer off amazingly. Started off one of the biggest hip-hop moments ever. And that is going to be my album of the year. I'm going to cheat and count that as a double album. So We Don't Trust You and We Still Don't Trust You by Future and Metro is going to be my pick.
I love it. I have nothing negative to say about it, man. Like you said, is the first shot fired that started the whole thing. And yeah,
the rest
I
is
think
history.
for that, the rest is history. For that reason, I think it will be looked upon in the future as one of the most iconic albums of 2024. So shout out to Ian for that nomination. You said Nico had a nomination too?
No, my other brother, my littlest brother. We got Jarris. Shout out to Shout out to Jarris because he's going to present his AWR Artist of the Year.
What's good? My name is Jarris. My personal Artist of the Year goes out to Layla. 10 out of 10. Personally, great debut album. Gap Year was pretty great. I had on repeat basically since it came out. Hopefully there's more from her, but yeah, that's my personal Artist of the Year
pick, and it's a very underrated pick because Layla did have a great debut project this year with Gap Year. Gage, what'd you think about his pick? I don't know if you're too familiar with Layla.
No, I'm not too familiar with her, but I think Jarris has really good taste in music, and if he thinks that Layla had an amazing debut album like that to deserve Artist of the Year, I will definitely be checking her out after this. So thank you, Jarris, for that. Me personally, E, I'm going to give you my nomination because mine's the chalk pick. I'm going with Kendrick Lamar. I think he just had the biggest, yeah, I know, shocking. He had the biggest year of any artist in any genre. Thanks a lot to the beef and winning the beef. But on top of that, he released an album that I love, and he is in the midst of preparing for a Super Bowl performance in 2025, man. And it's just so awesome to see Kendrick come back this year, and the way he came back, I think he wins Artist of the Year, in my opinion.
It's hard to argue with you, especially because he definitely this is like a Jordan 93, 96 year. This is a hip-hop year up there with the greats. So I cannot argue with it, not one bit, especially with the album dropping at the end of the year, because it was already cemented before that. But to have the project going into the Super Bowl in February, we're in for another good Kendrick moment. And I can't wait to see what more he's got in store for us, but that ain't bad at all. Not at all,
man. I was really excited for whatever he had coming up, and to think that we got a whole beef with Drake throughout this year is just crazy to think, man. And I'm just excited to see what else comes up, because with our next award, we've got our sports moment of the year. And that award will be presented by our friend, Mr. Jason Collins. And if you remember, Jason was featured on the pod not too long ago, and we talked some NBA. So I'm interested to hear what Jason has to say. So without any further ado, Jason Collins, take it away.
My vote for best sports moment of 2024 is watching LeBron James and Bronny take the court together as the first father-son duo.
And Gage, was it going to be any different pick for him? This was his shining moment. We talked about this on the pod. If it was up to him, he was Bronny. I know he watched the TV and put the jersey on too, like he went on there with Braun. So I'm glad he was able to live in his truth, man. It's important that people are allowed to live in their truth from all different sorts of people, even Braun sexuals, because they did have their moment. And it, like I said, it ain't too many more seasons we're gonna have Braun left. So I'm glad that he was able to have this and check it off the bucket list. And I hate to admit it as a Kobe stan and as an avid LeBron hater on the court, but my moment of the year, Gage, does include LeBron James in it. And even though it's not Bronny getting on the court, it's him, Steph, and Kevin Durant in the Olympics. It's my sports moment of the year.
That's what I had too, man. I'm not going to lie to you. I still have dreams of Steph Curry lighting up that Olympic court, bro. The way he was shooting threes that day was insane. He tore Paris, France apart and showed why he is the best shooter of all time. LeBron and KD obviously were huge parts of it too. They get another gold medal, but for me,
Steph was amazing in that last game.
I give it to Steph, man. Steph was unbelievable, man. Especially that game before too, bro. He was absolutely cooking. And if we had to just give it to one person, my nomination would be Steph Curry, personally. But
I ain't mad. I give it to all three.
Hey, I'm not mad at that, man. Great. Thank you to Jason for that one too, though. I agree. I think LeBron and Bronny sharing the court at the same time is special. We are only going to see that. I think that's once in a lifetime, bro. I don't know if we're going to get to see a lot of players of LeBron's caliber play with their own children in the league that they molded. That
yeah. I'm right there with you. Well, thank you, Jason, for that award. Next up, we're going to get into our next award, which is our Cut Their Mic. And for those who don't know, our Cut Their Mic is basically giving out to someone that maybe in 2025 they need the core plug on them yapping publicly. It might so for some people, we might be in there Cut Their Mic. I just hope they subscribe when they say it. But Gage, who is your nominee for the Cut Their Mic award?
And the winner of the Cut Your Mic award and someone who should shut the fuck up in 2025 is...
I'm going to go with the owner of your favorite team, or I guess former favorite team, Jerry Jones of the Dallas Cowboys, because, man, he has just dug himself deeper and deeper into a hole that he will not climb out of until he's gone. Say that nicely. But yeah, Jerry's just not making very good decisions when a mic is put in his face. Talking about just the way he's handled the whole Dak situation and saying that they were going to go into the off season and they were going all in. And then just like the little things too, with like the curtain and not letting the light shine in CD's eyes when he's trying to make a touchdown. Like that's the least they're asking for. And I don't know. I feel like I'm just talking in circles because Jerry is he's one of one, man. There really is no one else that I think needed to have their mic cut more this year.
I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at that pick. Shit, if it was up to me, his mic would have been cut a long time ago. So I'm all for you. I'm gonna do a different flip on it. My Cut Their Mic of the year is gonna go to Andrew Schultz. Andrew Schultz, to me, has kind of transitioned now to this like right-wing grifter weirdo. And don't get me wrong, it has not too much to do with his comments on Kendrick. Just as overall, like, I'm just not the biggest fan of him and some of the stuff he said this year. And I feel like it's very clout chasey, a lot of the shit. So I'm kind of off that. So Andrew Schultz, we got to cut that mic.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that because he became a Brogan and then he's just kind of become unbearable in my opinion. But hey, I'm not mad at it, dude. I think that's a very good nomination too. Why don't we give both of these guys the Cut Their Mic award?
Yeah, that's fine with me. Hey, right. Jerry Jones, Andrew Schultz, Cut the mic.
Hey, just while you're ahead.
And next up is going to be an award that's sentimental to me and Gage's heart, and to the viewers and listeners. This is going to be our AWR podcast of the year. And so each of us, me and Gage, are going to have our favorite podcast and or our favorite podcast moment of the year. So Gage, take it away. What is your AWR podcast of the year?
It's a tough one, man. We had a lot of fun this year. Recorded with a lot of our friends and got to do some NFL predictions. So there was a lot to pick from. But I'm going to do a new guest to the show who I really enjoyed talking to. And I think we had one of our best episodes with him. And I'm going with our episode with Mr. Alex Fitt. Hey, so shout out to Alex for that, man. We had a really good J. Cole conversation. And also talked a lot about taking care of yourself physically. And yeah, it was a great episode. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely go check it out. Support Alex too. Super good guy. And thank you again for coming on to the show and giving us some awesome content that's why I'm nominating that episode for podcast of the year.
No, that's a great pick. And I just want to give a shout out to Alex, man. You came on the channel, did us a solid, came and support the dream that we got going on here. And we're just glad that you're now part of friend of the show. So that's a great pick. Me, on the other hand, I'm going to go for a specific moment. And I'm going for the night of Family Matters dropping and Meet the Grams. When we hopped on stream with all the homies and just talked hip hop in the moment, it was so beautiful, bro. We had Lexo on the stream, and Lexo, as a member of OVO, he had a rough that night. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah. It started with joy, ended in despair, and unfortunately for him, the despair has not stopped for the rest of the year when it comes to that subject. But that whole week and some change from really that month, from Like That to Push-Ups to the Euphoria to a TaylorMade, pardon me, to Euphoria, 616 in LA, Family Matters, Meet the Grams, Not Like Us, Heart Part 6. It was amazing. I remember all of it. And it was such a great moment for us and this channel. I'm very thankful for it. So, shout out to that.
Hey, I'm not mad at it, man. And I want to give another thank you to everyone who joined and hopped on during that time. Because like you said, it was crazy that whole month. And we were kicking out content, getting a lot of friends onto the pod. So shout out to everyone who joined the streams. We did an episode with CB. Shout out CB. Except Alex.
We had CB on that night too.
Yeah, CB was on that night too. Right before I think Push-Up.
We recorded a full no, it wasn't Push-Up. We recorded a full episode before Family Matters dropped.
Yeah, okay, Family Matters. Yep, that was it.
And we had it back on stream. That was crazy. Oh, that was such a good moment. But yeah, no, I feel like this is a great reminder too, that if you guys are enjoying this episode so far and enjoying some of our moments, to please like and subscribe and continue to grow the channel. We're almost to 200 subscribers, and it'd mean the world to us if you could hit the subscribe button, and maybe we can reach that goal before the end of the year. But we're going to be going towards our last award of the evening, and it's going to be our Where You At award, where we do a call out to somebody out in the universe, out into the world, that we didn't really see too much in 2024 and would love to see for them more success, more moments for them in 2025. Gage, who you looking for?
If you know me very well. You know that I am a big fan of Jid, J-I-D. And we were supposed to get an album with him and Metro Boomin this year. So my question to Jid is, where you at? Where you at, man? Because all this year, all of the best rappers dropped. And in my opinion, I think you can go toe-to-toe with all of the people who dropped this year. So where we at, man? It's 2025, or we're getting into 2025, and I feel like maybe this could be a good opportunity for Jid to capitalize. Maybe he saw all of the craziness that happened in 2024 and said, maybe I'm going to sit back. There's already so much legendary, iconic shit going on right now. Maybe I'll let 2025 be the year for Jid. So that's what I'm hoping. That's who I'm asking, where you at. I'm excited to hear who you brought to the table too, because
My where you at is gonna be a lot more personal. To my wife out there somewhere in the world.
okay.
We might have yet. Let me start this over. She deserves more respect than this. To my wife out there somewhere in the world. We might have met yet. We might have. Come home. Come home. It's time.
The kids miss you.
The kids, the future kids, we miss you. I'm 23 going on 24. You're hopefully above 18. Let's make this moment. Let's skip to it. Let's share this life together. I'm ready. I'm clearing my skin up. My teeth is getting straight. You see the braids? You see the bow tie? It's time, sweetheart. Come home. We miss you. We need you. All right, we got to start planning Thanksgivings together. That's where my where you at is. My wife, it's time. Where you at?
All right. Well, you heard it here first from the R Recording Boys. Ethan is putting his name into the raffle.
My name's been in the raffle. I need to. Ain't no Ben. My name needs to get picked.
No. We're saying we're saying on the channel. So if first girl to comment.
No. We're not doing that. First girl.
No, we're not doing that.
Not first girl that comment. You crazy?
Hey, dude, you gotta.
My wife gonna find it. I don't even that's that right there. I'm gonna leave it because now the universe, she gonna come. It's meant to be. What's it called? The invisible string theory. She been all around me. I just ain't know yet. I just ain't seen it.
All right. Hey. Well, I'm not mad at it, E. I think that definitely echoes some sentiment coming from me too. But hey, you know what? That's what it's like to be a man in 2024, right?
Oh, brother, you sound like Joe Rogan now.
Oh, brother. Oh, yeah. Oh no, I'm getting brainwashed.
Oh no, it's happening so fast. Dude. I hate vaccines. Oh my god.
I feel the sudden urge to be extremely racist.
Oh my god, why is racism so woke now? What happened to good old racism?
Dude, white people are so oppressed.
I feel like, Gage, we had a fucking ball, a fucking blast.
Hell yeah, man.
And I'm so glad to do this with you for another year, Playboy.
Hell yeah, man. It was an awesome episode. I love doing this with you every year. I love recording all these episodes throughout the year too. So to everyone who's been watching all the way through and you stuck it out this long, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And would really appreciate it even more if you, like Ethan said earlier in the video, make sure y'all are subscribing, make sure you all are liking, and make sure you're sharing with your friends, with your family, with a lover, with your future wife.
Not my wife though. Don't share this video with her. Actually, no, share it with her. No, share it with her so she find me. She know you ain't shit, and she trying to be with a real one. Actually, show it to my wife, son.
Show it to your wife too.
Yeah,
but anyway, yeah. Alrighty. Well, also got to thank everyone who contributed nominations to the video. We want to thank Nolan, Dylan, Travis. We got Fern. We got Jarris, Ian, Jason, Jarris. Everyone who supported us and was a part of any content that we made this year. Thank you all so much for the support. We really appreciate it and helping us grow and continue our future in this, man. But E, you want to take it away, man?
This has been another episode of AWR. You already know who it is. 007, Gage Sutton, Mr. Sharpton with the bow tie. And you already know who it motherfucking is. It's a young Rottweiler, Ethan Hamilton. Hey. Another episode of our recording. Happy 2024. To good blessings in 2025. Peace.
Hell yeah. We'll see y'all in 2025.